wow, okay, I actually didn't think I was going to be uploading any content like this on this channel, but I gave in. I originally had a completely different channel that was going to be like a furry related content only channel, but I didn't really like my first couple videos that I had posted there, so it's still up, but none of the content is on there. It's nothing. It's null and void. There's nothing there. So I was like, I'm actually just gonna post this on my main because I just don't feel like worrying about, you know, uploading consistently on there or whatever, which I know I don't really have to because I don't upload consistently here, but I just didn't feel like making a whole other channel. So I figured, why not do a fursuit reveal and talk a little about my first couple of small experiences being a furry and now owning a fursuit. So this is Fish, Feesh, fish but spelled wrong. They are a cat dragon, a Kagan hybrid, and I actually purchased Fish all the way back in June because they were a made to order, like a pre-made, like not custom or anything. So this is they were not one of my personas, but they were already designed and I just could not pass them up. They were too cute. I wasn't even thinking about actively really purchasing a fursuit. I was just kind of casually browsing one day because was visiting another person's Etsy shop just to kind of get a little look at their content and their things that they had in store, because I was like, maybe I'll go and support this creator. So I purchased Fish back in June from a creator called First Splash. She did an absolutely amazing job. Lovely. Has all sorts of features. Follow me eyes, large floppy ears, little horns up here. This tongue is actually detachable, so I can reach in here and unvelcro Fish's tongue and take it out. But I like keeping it in personally. And yeah, it's a really, really good fursuit. The visibility is actually pretty great. And even came with balaclava for me to wear under here. But I'm not wearing it right now. Pods actually came from another maker called Colorful Ears Tail, also on Etsy. And I believe they have other shops elsewhere as well, but I'm not entirely sure where, so I couldn't tell you. I also have a tail. I'm currently not wearing it, but originally Fish also came with a dragon tail that was already also pre-designed, but the price was going to be way too expensive. So I just bought this high motion husky tail from another maker. I believe it's Rainbow Lion. I apologize if I got that incorrect. But yeah, I have essentially a mini partial now. I'm sorry if I'm panting. It is quite hot in here. I'm still not entirely used to wearing my partial suit, especially not with a long sleeve top like this, but it's cool. It's cold out and I'm about to go to class, so it's whatever. I just want to look presentable when I go on Zoom. So I actually had my first instance of public suiting on Halloween this year, and I was genuinely surprised at how well my parents took my fursuit. I did not tell them that I was a furry, and I did not tell them that this was a fursuit. I mean, I can't just come out of the woodwork being like, I'm a furry, this is my suit, this is crooked in the front. So I was just very nervously trying to decide if I wanted to dress up for Halloween to go to class, my in-person class. So I was debating it. Then at the very last minute, I crept out of my room holding Fish and like all the stuff I needed. And my mom was like, wow, that is a really well-made costume. And so I told her about it. I told her that I bought it over the summer. And she actually took it really well. She's just like, okay, that was a lot of money you spent, but just don't make any large purchases like that for a while, please. And I was like, yeah, I won't, don't worry. Because this was before I got my most recent job as well. But I had also had a lot more money back then than I do now because expenses, you know. But yeah, it actually went surprisingly well. They both liked it a lot. They were just said, just be sure you get your new job, which I did. And then I just packed fish into my car and drove to my campus. I was really nervous, like you could probably imagine. And there was like nobody else dressed up. The only other people who were dressed up that day on Halloween were my professor, who had initially said she wasn't going to dress up, and another staff woman was also dressed up. So I felt kind of out of place. I was like, oh no, am I the only one who's dressed up today? And I was one of the very few that, yeah, was dressed up. But then I walked in, and immediately my professor was like, oh my god, I love it so much. It's so cool. And then I explained that it's a cat dragon costume. Of course, my classmate knew that I was a furry. But again, I don't just go around telling people I'm a furry. Because you don't know how they're going to react, what they're going to say. So I sat down. I could not wear fiche during class, though. Way too hot. And I had to take notes. So I had to take off the head, take off Fiche's head, take off the paws, you know, actually write stuff down. She said she really liked how I could see the claws on here click when I tap them together, or when I like tap on a table. She really enjoyed that. And so yeah, but I couldn't wear fiche during class. It was too hot. So then I got the head back on, you know, I walked out. I greeted some people. Some people just kind of like were like, hey, cool costume. And there wasn't really much else to do. It's kind of a bummer because I tried to ask my brother if we wanted to kind of run around to a few houses for Halloween and just see if we could get a little bit of candy, even just in the next neighborhood over. But my brother is kind of in that stage where he doesn't want to do anything like that, so I was kind of stuck. I tried to lure some trick-or-treaters in to like give them candy and stuff and have a little bit of fun by going out, you know, kind of in my driveway into the sidewalk at the end of the road and do a little bit of dancing, you know, wave at some cars, try to see if anyone would stop, because we have no trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood. My neighborhood is just full of old people who don't know what fun is, apparently. So we didn't get anybody here, which really sucked. So it was a very uneventful Halloween, but I still had a great day, and it's great to know that my family is okay with my fursuit. Nobody found it weird. There were no weird questions. They were more concerned with the price, which they were like, okay, well, you can spend your money how you want. It's your money. Just try to refrain from making too big of purchases. And I was like, that's cool with me. So yeah, that was essentially my experience with public fursuiting for the first time. I mean, there was nothing crazy, no hostility, no extremely, you know, over-the-top reactions or anything. But hopefully I'll be able to actually suit in public and get some better, you know, more, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess just some better experiences out of it, instead of just, oh yeah, there were like 2 other people in my class who liked my costume. But yeah, I'm gonna start trying to post furry content on here in Fursuit, because why not? I don't have to show my face, and I also look really cool like this. But yeah, I don't know where this is gonna go. Hopefully